What up, word? It's your boy Chuck Wick, ill, aka Charles Brown, back again for another Talking Facts. But first, I want to ask you, are you good? All right, man. If you good, then that's good. But I want to talk about this new situation we got over in Minnesota, man. It's been ridiculous. But I don't even know if people even care. People desensitized to this stuff. But Daunte Wright, 20-year-old young black male, shot dead by cops yet again, and I want to say rest in peace to Daunte, man. If you over 20 years old and any color, but mostly black, you know what I'm saying? If you black, you realize this could have been you. Male or female, but mostly males driving. We are an endangered species to these cops. For some reason, when they approach our vehicles, we have to be taken with the utmost of disrespect and the utmost of aggression and the utmost of distrust. Now, let me just tell you what the case is so far. Apparently, Daunte was traveling with his girlfriend in Minnesota, I believe the Brooklyn area in Minnesota. According to reports, it's 10 miles away from where Derek Chauvin, I believe that's how you say his name, the cop who killed George Floyd by kneeling on his neck. He actually has a trial. I'm trying to figure out, man, like, I know everybody deserves a trial, but some of these people don't deserve no trial, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we trying this dude? We all saw the video. Some stuff is clear, bro. And to have a defense be able to say he died from drugs when this guy knees on his neck for 9 minutes, bro, it's disrespectful. And I got in some arguments online on Twitter with a couple white guys who they will cling to anything, bro. Anything to say that the black man was wrong. He didn't die. Literally, I got these people on my Twitter that are like, he didn't die from kneeling. He didn't die from asphyxiation. Watch, the coroner's report will tell you. He died from drug usage. He had fentanyl in his system. Like, they cling to this shit, bruh. They cling to this shit. They love any theory, bruh. Like, when you first, like, this is not the first one, but this is the most recognizable one, where it's not too much you can debate. The guy has his knee on his neck. It ain't too much arguing. It ain't too much, well, he shouldn't resist it. He should, like, all the bullshit, right? This is the one where you can clearly say, okay, this cop is wrong. He did some Gestapo bullshit. He clearly is out of line, out of character, he overstepped his bounds. Let's say that. And he feels like he can. He takes his hands, he got his hands in his pocket, he got his knee on his neck, right? Because he can. They've been doing this shit for years, bruh. Before I was born, after I was born, they still doing it right now. They do you however. And they ain't doing it as bad as they used to because people filming it. But they still doing it. Beat your ass, kick you in your face, stomp you, tase you, spray you, shoot you. And a lot of them don't even get to all that. They just shoot you, right? So I say all that to say this. And I'm going to get back to Daunte Wright in a minute. But in this country, right? In all over the world, but mostly in this country. Right now, with these cops, they are the end-all, be-all of authority. They have no bounds, no boundaries as to what they can do to you while they're making an arrest. Either they can accidentally discharge, or they feared for their life, or you resisted arrest, or you moved too fast, or you had an object that it's tons of reasons. They can literally kill you. And I don't care about are they getting away with murder or not. They're murdering you. You don't get a chance to get that rejoice. George Floyd don't get no rejoice whether this guy go to jail or not. He doesn't get anything. This guy's gone from his family, gone. Took this man off the earth because he felt like he could put his knee on his neck and nothing will happen. The fact that this guy got a defense is disrespectful. And the fact that the defense is working so hard to spin this into whatever they feel like is going to get this guy. It ain't about justice for this guy. It's about, I'm a defense attorney. My job is to get people out of jail, point blank, period. I don't care what happened. I'm going to make up something and try to make it stick. Doesn't matter if this guy's right or wrong, right? We got a guy who kneeled on a man's neck, and I was on Twitter, and I was talking to just going back and forth with some of these white guys, right? And I'm telling you, it's white guys. Nobody black is saying this. And if they are, they're freaking whatever. You know what I'm saying? But end of the day, these white guys, they're clinging to any theory you come up with. If someone would have been like, he had silly putty in his pocket, and the silly putty was inhaled into his nostril, and that was what, in effect, caused the suffocation. It wasn't the need. These white guys literally would be pushing you the silly putty theory. It would be the silly putty theory. If this guy has silly putty and it went in his nostril, even it didn't have to go in his nostril. If someone said it did, they would cling to that, and all of a sudden they're arguing you down on Twitter, arguing their racism. It's racism and bias. Because there's no way that this cop could be wrong to a lot of them. And some of them just blatant racist. They toying with it because they can. Some of them toy with your emotions because they can. It's funny to them to get you worked up. It's funny to them to say, all lives matter, and watch you go crazy. It's hilarious to them. Because they don't care about you. You're less than them, and who gives a shit what you think? Right? They're so above you, this false narrative of race in and of itself. Race in and of itself is a concept that is ridiculous. But from childhood to the day you die, you're going to be judged on your race. The concept of race is ridiculous. Especially white supremacy is absolute nonsense. It has no merit. It's based in nothing. It's absolutely based in nothing. But at some point, someone decided, we're better than these guys, and we're going to always be better, and we're the rulers of the earth, and they're to be slaves, and they're to be cattle, to be done with as we please. And then you're never going to get that out of their head. But you know what? That's not what it is, bro. And we ain't going for that bullshit no more. And I'm going to get back to Daunte Wright. The cop claims, and I don't care what the cop color is. It don't matter what it comes out to be. I'm almost 100% it's going to be a white guy. But it doesn't matter, because then when he's not white and he's Spanish, then they try to flip the script, right? It's not about the cop race. It's a fucking cop that thinks he has the authority because you're black to do anything to you within means of him going home to his family. Watch the verbiage. I got to go home to my family. Right? No, you ain't got to go. Fuck me going to my family. He got to get it to his family. Because he is somehow more entitled to getting home to his family than you are. Right? Some kind of way, him being afraid to miss his getting home to his family supersedes you getting home to yours. So whether this kid was right or wrong, and I'm going to tell you what the report is saying, only thing that matters was, were you afraid for your life? The lady who shot the guy on the road, the guy was on the highway, older gentleman, black gentleman. He was going back to his car, and the cops got their guns drawn. He's trying to get back in his car, right? Right? To get, I don't know what he's going back to his car. It's in the middle of the highway, somewhere in Denver or somewhere, wherever. The one cop that fired was a white female officer. She shot him in his back, right? And killed him. And guess what she said? I was afraid for my life. I've never been this afraid in my life. But somehow, you're a cop, and you're extremely afraid for your life. That's what you're trying to tell me, that you are afraid for your life. This is your job. You've gone through years of training. You have a weapon. This guy has nothing. You're with a team of officers, but you're the one officer in the whole group who's afraid for their life and gets off because of that, right? So this is how it happens. So long story short, Daunte Wright, rest in peace, with his girlfriend in his car, gets pulled over for air fresheners from the mirror. And I'm not even going to hold you. They pull dudes over all the time for air fresheners on the mirror. It's the dumbest shit ever. You know why they say they have to pull you over for air fresheners on your mirror? Because it's a distraction to your eyesight. right? So it's a distraction. It's a distraction to your eyesight, and you need to be given a citation or warned or warned. Now, if it's a distraction to my eyesight, I need to be warned about that. Then just warn me, right? Then just warn me. I learned years ago when my man Snoop got pulled over, because Snoop had probably, I'm not even gonna lie to you, 40 air fresheners up on his, I don't know what he thought it was cool or whatever. He had 40 air fresheners on his window. A minimum 40. No less than 40, hanging from his rear view mirror. And it was ridiculous, but we thought it was, at the time, it was a long time ago, we thought it was, I don't know what we thought. It was cool, it was funny, whatever. He got pulled over for that. Plus, he had tinted windows. Got pulled over for the tint and the air fresheners. Now, I don't know how they can see the air fresheners if the windows tint, but whatever. He got pulled over mad times for that. And he had to take them things down because he got tired of getting pulled over. We learned years ago, yo, they looking for any reason to pull you over. Because it ain't about the air fresheners. It's about a young man in a car. We need to pull him over and see if we can get something on him. See if he got some drugs in there. He got a gun in there. And when you're young, you don't understand how ridiculous it is that you're being hunted. You're being hunted. How many times have I been driving and the guy spots me, he's going the other way, he busts a U and start following me? These white kids don't understand that. The ones who are on Twitter arguing with you the most about how free you are and just don't run and just don't do everything the cop says, they're not in this fight. They ain't never been pulled over and done nothing and got the shit stomped out of them anyway. They ain't never had that problem. So when you can't relate, it doesn't click to you that, okay, maybe just because I ran, it doesn't mean I need to get shot in the fucking head, right? It doesn't relate to them that a cop sitting on the side of the road watches you drive by and then follows you. He's hunting you. They can't process this shit because it doesn't happen to them. You know what kind of white boy has, you know what a white boy has to do to get hunted like that? He got to look like a nigga in that car. I'm just going to be 100% blunt with you. For a white boy to get followed the way niggas get followed, he got to look like one. So he got to have a Caesar cut or a ball cap. He got to have tinted windows. He got to have his music loud. He got to be on some other shit or to get followed. Because other than that, regular old white guy not getting the same. It's not. And they can't understand it. So they're on Twitter telling you how, oh, he shouldn't have resisted arrest. Oh, he died from drugs in the system. Right? Because they can't process what we're going through. Well, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Right? I got a lot to say about a lot of this stuff, and I ain't got the time to say it. But what I do want to say is, as quick as you are to judge every single guy that gets shot, you will not judge the guy shooting him. Because the guy shooting him is just a uniform. And they all think the same to these guys. And they're all clean cut, and they're all just protecting and serving. And they're all protecting the law and protecting the clean, good citizens like me and my family from criminals. Right? Mind you, a lot of times they part of the crime, but you're not going to talk about that. And a lot of times there are laws being broken when they do this. There are civil rights laws being broken. Why do you think these people settle for these gigantic millions of dollars when these shootings happen? Because they're violating your rights. This kid got pulled over for air fresheners in his window. They claim he had a warrant, right? And it could happen. Anybody can have a warrant and not know it. But to some of these people's mind, warrant equates bad guy. You could have got 2 parking tickets downtown and didn't pay them. And in a couple months, you're driving, get pulled over. They're like, you got warrants for parking tickets. You're not a criminal. But the word warrant to a cop is automatic. I get to do whatever I want to you now. Right? They told the kid, get out the car. We want to tell you something. We want to talk to you. He's like, what did I do? We'll tell you when you get out the car. Right? And the average white guy's going to be like, well, just get out the car. Now, we've all seen the video of the white person who is just appalled that they're even being spoken to by the cops, let alone being asked to get out the car. Are you you lost your mind? These white people go off on these cops on a daily basis. These cops don't even want to hear. They'd rather let you go than to hear them yelling at them. It is a fact. They would rather let you go than to hear you going crazy about making you get out your car. It is a fact. And I guarantee you, when a white person get pulled over for an air freshener and is told to get out the car, right? First of all, he ain't getting pulled over for that. But if he is, he's going to have a fit. And then when he found he got warrants, they're going to say, all right, you got warrants. And you know what's going to have to take for him to get arrested for that and beat up and shot? Do you know how much negotiating they're going to do with the white person to get him out the car before it escalates to, I shot him? Do you have any idea? Right? Be honest. 22-year-old white kid is driving in whatever car with his girlfriend. What are the odds that the cops going to pull out and shoot him? I need you to let me know. How does that have to escalate for this kid that's 20-year-old clean-cut white kid from the suburbs? Because they was in the suburbs, this incident. What is it going to take for him to get shot by a cop? Please let me know. Because I don't see it happening. I see a lot of negotiating. I see a lot of patience. I see a lot of explaining to him. You know why? Because this guy could be some senator's kid or something. You're not pulling out and drawing down on that white kid. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. But with the black kid, you're not going to find out who his connections is. You're not going to find out who he's related to. You're not going to find out what he did or didn't do. You just see a warrant, let's go. And if he act too crazy, he act like he ain't listening to you enough, you're going to do whatever you got to do to subdue that man because you feel you can. You feel he's beneath you, and you feel that you control him, and you own him, and he needs to do what the hell you say, or you're going to use deadly force. So the cop claims they're trying to get the kid to cooperate, telling him don't run. This is all in the report. Somehow, some way, he decides he's going to get back into his vehicle. So apparently he got out. And so it is murky because they don't say what happened when he got out. All I hear is he tried to get back in. And they're like, don't try to run, Daunte. He's on the phone with his mom, if I'm not mistaken. And they're like, don't run, da-da-da. And the police get the phone from him some kind of way. Then somehow, some way, the officer claims he yells, taser, that he's going to shoot him with a taser, but he shoots him with a fucking gun. Now, what kind of Barney Fife shit is that? I'm pointing a fucking gun, a loaded gun. And in the fray, I somehow rewire my brain that I got the taser out. What kind of Barney Fife shit is that? What are you trying to tell me, bro? Are you trying to really tell me you thought a fucking taser was a loaded automatic weapon and you thought you were tasing him and you shot him? What kind of Barney Fife shit is that? And this is what we supposed to accept. These are the people patrolling our communities. And this is why people say defund the police, because it sounds like the funding ain't working. The funding ain't working. The money you're giving these people to do a simple fucking job, right? And I get it. Police work is hard. I wouldn't want to do the shit. But I can guarantee you damn well tell your ass this. I'm not going to pull out a gun, yell taser, and hit him with a fucking bullet. That's a fucking fact. Promise that shit. Ain't no scenario. There's no alternate dimension where I would ever do that. Nowhere. Absolutely not. It makes no fucking sense. to be honest with you. So, again, another cop kills another black kid and got some lame-ass excuse. And I ain't even been on Twitter yet to even see the white people who are rallying around it. How fucking stupid they gonna sound right now. How fucking stupid. Running or trying to get back in your vehicle does not equate to you getting fucking killed. You're an officer of the law. It cannot be that anyone that tries to not listen to you, right? Let's be fucking clear, bro. I'm tired of this narrative. If he doesn't listen to you, pull out your service revolver and kill him. It's bullshit, bro. I'm tired of hearing the knowledge. I don't even argue with these white dudes no more because it's so fucking ridiculous, right? And the white dudes know who they are. I'm not talking to every white guy. It's the idiots that sit there and nitpick and argue you down. Try to go into stats and how bad the black community is and all. Just, it's racist shit, bro. You're not telling me you're not a racist when every time this happens, you start looking for the way that the guy should have handled it better. Not the cop. Not the cop, the person, the victim. Because I guarantee you, if we get 15, 20 white victims of this shit, they will be fucking victims. If this shit starts going, if it goes away from all black people and it's just white people in a row, I promise you there will be some fucking changes to the police force, swift and immediate, motherfucker. I guarantee you. Let us kill 20 white young kids in a row that didn't have no weapon on them. I can imagine the talks that they're going to have in fucking Congress for that shit. I fucking promise you. Police be walking around with billy clubs, my nigga. Some real shit. Let it happen. Let's see, let it play out. Let 5 years of white kids getting killed by cops with no weapon on them. I can't even, that needs to be the new standard. Like, if it starts happening in a different community, how would that be handled? Because I know goddamn well you ain't going to keep saying that kid shouldn't have did this and that kid should have did that. When he's unarmed and he's young, he's 20 years old. You're not going to keep going on and on. Yeah, you're going to find one or two here and there. You're going to find it. They do it all the time. They find a random case. The kid probably did some shit that he ain't had no business doing. He had to do a lot extra, right? He had to do a lot extra for the white kid to get killed. First of all, he had to be looking like one of us and acting like one of us. First of all, let's be honest. He had to be a downright criminal before he even get close. What clean cut white boy? Show me that one. Put that in the comments. Clean cut college kid, got on his Dockers, boat shoes, and his button up, and he's riding along, minding his business, and he gets pulled over by the cops, and he twitches too fast, and they shoot him in the fucking face. Put that in the link. Other than that, shut the fuck up. And this is what I want to say about this cop, man. You're an idiot, right? You're a fucking idiot. And you should have never been given a badge or a gun. And the simple fact that we got to riot and protest just for the same shit that been happening forever. We got to make noise and now we look ignorant. Right? But at the end of the day, we're greater than this. You're never going to break us from this. We're going to always rise above this shit. And we're going to always be, for every one of them killed, we're going to have 10 more that makes it even better for us. Because these kids are getting smarter. They're getting quicker to your bullshit. And you ain't going to be able to keep pulling this. All right? Rest in peace, Daunte. I'm praying for your family. Praying for the people that got to recoup from this. And I hope justice is served. All right? Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button. And I don't know what's going on with this George Floyd case. I don't even watch it because it's like, why would I watch a trial of a man that's clearly guilty? It makes no sense. But I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. Follow, like, subscribe. Peace.